seen anything like this out in the world. Hello, all you wonderful people. And there goes a fuel cell bus that's powered by hydrogen. Greetings from Tokyo, and where we currently are, Ginza, the Champs-Élysées of Tokyo, Japan. The centerpiece of Ginza is definitely the Seiko clock tower, which can be seen in a ton of different dramas, and whenever they shoot in Ginza, this is what's always featured. If I'm not correct, I believe that this building survived since the Meiji area, which was in the 1800s. And right across from it is a Nissan building that does the same thing as the clock tower. It's got a little clock there. It's like the new and the old mixing together in this area of high fashion and class. Just look at this Nissan concept. That is a beautiful car. If you like high-end shopping and have a taste for Michelin-graded food, well, this is the place for you. On the same corner, they've got a Mitsukoshi, which, if that sounds kind of familiar, that's the store in Epcot that they have in the Japanese pavilion. I'm not kidding about those Michelin-graded restaurants. I don't know if you've seen the film Jiro Dreams of Sushi, but his restaurant is out here. Now, finding his restaurant is a little difficult, but if you can find yourself in this area right here, look for this sign that says Ginza that's next to the suit company, and go down the stairs to the basement floor. And once you're down the stairs, go through this door and then go straight. Of course, it's closed right now, but if you were to get a reservation in there, which takes months, you pay about $300 for a dinner, which sounds insane, but that's famous, legendary sushi right in front of us. That's some really underground, expensive fish, my friends. But even if you're not doing some high-class shopping or high-class eating, this place is a great place to look around and just people watch and window shop. This right here is the Ginza Sony Park, which is an indoor and outdoor park in the former site of where the Sony building used to be. On the top floor, which used to probably be the base level for the Sony building, they have a bunch of unusual and strange plants from, it looks like, many different eons, and a live radio show that comes out of the RV. But I've been told when you go downstairs, this place gets really creative. Whoa. Cool robot dog there. Hey, buddy. Oh, cute. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh. While it may not make any sense to own a robotic dog when you can have a real dog, in this country, many people can't have dogs in their small apartment. So robotic dogs not only are allergenic, but you are able to keep them and you get a robotic companion. That's why dogs like this are so popular. And not to mention they're pretty cute too. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, sorry. Swate. Down, buddy. Swate. Oh. Oh man, he's just sitting there by himself. Oh, I feel so bad.
前下に曲げます。柔らかく弾みをつけて3回起こして後ろ反り。
Even got some installation art of Sony's sign from the first floor to the bottom basement floor hidden for you to find. Views from the bottom to the top, cutting into the roof and looking up into the upper parts of the park. That was really, really cute. I've never interacted with a robot dog before, but that was adorable. But I'm actually not here to see all this posh stuff that surrounds this area. I'm here to see something that's out of this world. And I'm looking forward to taking you along with me. But to do that, we actually have to go through a shooting location through one of my favorite short films called Merde, which is in a movie called Tokyo. And boy, oh boy, it's really something. Yes, down this main thoroughfare, there was a man dressed in all green, and he's just smoking cigarettes, throwing them into babies' carriages, eating imperial flowers, eating money. It's one of the most insane sequences in a movie, and unfortunately it's only 30 minutes long, and he makes a return in the film called Holy Motors. And when I was out in France, I actually went to where he walked around too, in the graveyard out there in Paris. But if you get a chance and you want to follow Mr. Merde, or Mr. Poo Poo as they call him out in France, you could just come here and reenact his walk. I know no one has any idea what I'm talking about, and that's okay. I'm just trying to recommend new movies for you. But this is a personal favorite. I really, really enjoy it because it's so weird. But let's move on to what we came here for, the Nakagin Capsule Tower. To find the Capsule Tower, we have to go into the not so nice looking area compared to the Ginza main stretch. But believe me, it's worth it. Now, have you seen the movie The Wolverine, where Wolverine goes to Japan? This building may look very familiar. They go into this building and they find that it's a love hotel. But actually, that whole movie was shot in Australia. They never actually made it to Japan for the film. So that building that's in the movie is put there by a computer. And this is actually a residential building built in the 1970s. Now, it may actually be surprising, but this place is not a hotel. It's actually a building where people live. Nakagin Capsule Tower. From what I've read, this building has actually fallen under disrepair, and they're trying to make it look and actually be better. The waiting list to live in these places is actually quite long. But would you want to stay here? I imagine that if someone owned one of these properties, they'd make a lot of money doing Airbnb. In fact, in some of the windows, if you look into them, you can see mountains of what looks like trash just piling the windows. I imagine that in this thing, space is quite a commodity. But with the weather so crummy and this building so grungy, could you imagine this coming out of Blade Runner or Cyberpunk 2077? Some of the building looks like if you messed up when you were playing Tetris and you're like, I didn't mean to, I left a space, man. It's kind of weird because you're looking at all these things and they look very unilateral, and then you see like that one right there that has a bunch of weird sized windows that outlook to a road. It's weird. Why is that the one creative spot of contention? Strange. One of my biggest questions about this building is, what do you do if there's a fire? I think if I was an ultra minimalist, I'd have no problem living in this building. But if you bought anything, it would probably fill up your space very, very quickly. Well, after staring at this thing for like 20 minutes, I think I got my fill. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of Ginza, and I really do want to know, would you stay at this place if you had the opportunity, or is it just too creepy for you? Well, as I always say, you can do it, I can do it, we can all do it. You guys all have a wonderful day, stay groovy, and as I always say, you can do it, I can do it, we can all do it. Peace, and if you really enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe.